Carnivorous plants are unique and fascinating organisms that have captured the attention of scientists and enthusiasts for centuries. These plants have evolved a wide range of specialized adaptations that allow them to capture and digest animals for nutrients, supplementing the often nutrient-poor soils in which they grow. While carnivorous plants are already an impressive feat of evolution, imagining what would happen if they were to evolve further raises questions about the future of plant life on our planet. If carnivorous plants were to evolve further, it is possible that we would see a significant increase in the number of species that use carnivory as a means of supplementing their diet. This could have significant implications for the ecosystems in which they live, as carnivorous plants would have a greater impact on the populations of their prey species. Additionally, it is possible that these plants could become more efficient at capturing and digesting prey, allowing them to grow larger and more quickly than non-carnivorous plants. One potential consequence of the evolution of carnivorous plants could be increased competition between species. In environments where nutrient-poor soils are common, plants that rely on carnivory may have an advantage over non-carnivorous plants, leading to increased competition for resources. This could potentially lead to the displacement of non-carnivorous plant species and a shift in the overall composition of plant communities. Another potential consequence of the evolution of carnivorous plants could be the development of new ecological relationships between plants and animals. For example, it is possible that certain animals could evolve to specialize in feeding on carnivorous plants, much like certain birds have evolved to feed on the nectar of flowers. This could lead to the co-evolution of plants and animals, with each adapting to take advantage of the other's traits. Overall, the evolution of carnivorous plants could have significant implications for the ecology and evolution of plant life on our planet. While it is difficult to predict exactly how these plants might evolve in the future, it is clear that their unique adaptations have already allowed them to thrive in some of the harshest environments on Earth. As we continue to study and learn more about these fascinating organisms, we may gain a better understanding of the potential for plant life to evolve and adapt in the face of changing environmental conditions. Carnivorous plants evolution. Carnivorous plants, evolution and adaptation. Why carnivorous plants are arise. Carnivorous plants have evolved unique adaptations to supplement their nutrient requirements in environments where the soil may be lacking in essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. These plants have developed specialized mechanisms to capture, kill, and digest small animals, primarily insects. While the exact reasons for the evolution of carnivory in plants are not fully understood, several theories have been proposed. Nutrient-poor environments. Carnivorous plants typically inhabit habitats with nutrient-poor soils, such as bogs, swamps, and other wetlands. In these environments, the availability of nitrogen, an essential nutrient for plant growth, is often limited. By capturing and digesting insects and other small animals, carnivorous plants can obtain the necessary nutrients that are scarce in their surroundings. Competition for resources. In nutrient-poor habitats, plants face intense competition for limited resources. Carnivorous plants have evolved to exploit an alternative food source, giving them a competitive advantage over non-carnivorous plants. By supplementing their diet with insects, they can access additional nutrients and survive in challenging conditions. Adaptation to waterlogged soils. Many carnivorous plants grow in waterlogged or acidic soils, where decomposition processes are slow. Dead organic matter takes longer to break down, limiting the availability of nutrients to plants. By capturing insects, carnivorous plants bypass the slow decomposition process and obtain nutrients more efficiently. Evolutionary opportunism. Some scientists propose that carnivorous plants evolved from non-carnivorous ancestors due to chance mutations or genetic variations. These mutations may have allowed plants to develop trapping mechanisms, which were then favored by natural selection in environments where the benefits of carnivory outweighed the costs. It's important to note that carnivory in plants has evolved independently in multiple lineages, suggesting that these different groups of plants have arrived at similar solutions to overcome nutrient limitations in their respective environments. The evolution of carnivory in plants is a fascinating example of how organisms adapt to their surroundings to survive and thrive. What will happen if carnivorous plants eat human? The idea of carnivorous plants consuming humans is a common theme in popular culture and science fiction. However, in reality, carnivorous plants are not capable of consuming humans, and there is no evidence to suggest that they would even attempt to do so. Nonetheless, it is worth considering the hypothetical scenario of what would happen if carnivorous plants were able to eat humans. Firstly, it is important to note that carnivorous plants are adapted to capture and consume small animals such as insects and small rodents. While some species of carnivorous plants have been known to capture larger prey such as frogs and birds, they are not capable of capturing and consuming humans. Even the largest carnivorous plant, the Nepenthes raja, is not large enough to consume a human. If carnivorous plants were somehow able to consume humans, it would have significant ecological and ethical implications. Humans are a top predator in most ecosystems, and their consumption by plants could potentially disrupt food webs and ecosystem dynamics. Additionally, the idea of plants consuming humans raises ethical concerns around the treatment of plants and the boundaries of what is considered acceptable in terms of the use of natural resources. If these plants evolved into big size to consume humans, the humans will definitely destroy the plant species to extinct. Another strategy we do is genetically engineer a predator like insects or virus or bacteria or nematodes for carnivorous plant. And there's possibility, as I said before, these genetically modified predator could also harm humans by destroying useful crops. That could become new problem to humans. So it is essential to develop predator to target on only carnivorous plant species. From a practical standpoint, the consumption of humans by carnivorous plants is highly unlikely, and there are no known cases of this ever occurring. However, if such an event were to occur, it would be a significant anomaly in the natural world and would likely generate a great deal of scientific interest and debate. In conclusion, the idea of carnivorous plants consuming humans is purely a hypothetical scenario and not one that is supported by any evidence or scientific research. While it is important to consider the potential ecological and ethical implications of such a scenario, the likelihood of it occurring is extremely low. As such, it is best to focus on the fascinating adaptations and natural history of carnivorous plants as they currently exist in the natural world. What type adaptations are required for carnivorous plants eat humans? Carnivorous plants have specialized adaptations to attract, trap, and digest their prey, which are usually small and insect-sized. These adaptations can include modified leaves. Carnivorous plants often have modified leaves that form traps or structures to capture prey. Examples include pitcher plants with specialized pitcher-shaped leaves, Venus flytraps with hinged trap leaves, and sundews with sticky tentacles on their leaves. Attractive features. Carnivorous plants may have evolved attractive features like bright colors, nectar, or sweet scents to lure insects towards their traps. These features are not typically adapted for attracting larger animals like humans. Digestive enzymes. Carnivorous plants produce enzymes to break down the captured prey and extract nutrients. These enzymes are suited for digesting small animals, but they are not designed to process larger prey like humans. Slow nutrient absorption. Carnivorous plants have adaptations to absorb nutrients slowly from their prey. This slow absorption allows them to extract as many nutrients as possible from small animals. However, the nutrient requirements of humans are significantly higher, and the mechanisms of nutrient absorption in carnivorous plants would not be sufficient for digesting and absorbing nutrients from a human body. While the concept of human-eating plants has been explored in works of fiction and folklore, there are no known real-world plants capable of consuming humans. It is purely a hypothetical and imaginative idea that has been popularized in various stories, movies, and myths.